In terms of a technology that we really don't understand yet how it's going to change the way we live, I have to name synthetic life, one of our 10 technologies of the year. People have talked about this for many years, but we actually couldn't do it outside the lab in any meaningful way. Starting this year, we will be able to create entirely new molecules that could create new kinds of drugs or new types of fuels and do it in a test tube. The personal computer isn't going anywhere. One of the great rules of technology is that nothing is ever obliterated. You simply have these incremental accretions of technology. I don't think the new mobile platforms are so much replacing the personal computer or the mobile phone, but they're creating a new form of interaction with screens. So if you think about it, we hold a mobile phone up to our ear or close to our face, and we kind of lean forward into the personal computer. So too with large screens like the television, we lean back from them. But a mobile screen like a tablet is something different. It creates a new form of viewing. It's a place where I might, in previous times, have read a newspaper, read a book. It's a new type of interaction. So the most interesting person on Twitter at the moment isn't actually a technologist. He's a professor of African studies at the University of Berkeley. His Twitter tag is @ZunguZungu. That's ZUNGU, ZUNGU. He's the most interesting person on how new technologies like Twitter itself or WikiLeaks are changing the relationship of governments to their citizens. The only chance we have of really meeting our energy needs for the next century is likely to come from solar. We have to provide the same standard of living to the people who now live in the world for 9 billion people. And we've got to do it not just by not increasing carbon output, but somehow reducing it to zero. And really the only way we're going to do that is through solar. But the truth of the matter is that solar isn't economical at the moment. We can create solar electricity either efficiently or we can create it inefficiently but expensively. What we need is a new solar material that is thin film, i.e. very cheap to produce, but has the same efficiencies as thick film silicon. Now there are a couple of ideas of people who are working on that, but that's the single biggest thing we could do for the planet right now, efficient solar cells. The principal barrier to the electric car being widely deployed really at this point is cost. It is a material science problem. We can't yet produce batteries that are cheap enough that they won't increase the price of a mid-sized sedan by $10,000. And that is almost wholly a problem in material science. If you come to MTech, you will see some of the new battery technologies that could make the electric car a realistic possibility in the United States. For the last 12 years or so, we have interacted with the web in a very consistent way. The most common mechanism of finding things I want has been through search. But I have to know where a thing is to find it. Social indexing creates a new form of web interaction based not so much upon what I know I need, but upon what my friends are looking at, what I've liked in the past. I think social indexing doesn't replace search, but it supplements it, and it creates a new layer on top of the web. Cloud computing is a tremendously important new technology. It's the next big paradigm shift. It sits on top of the client-server revolution we've already experienced. The problem with cloud computing is that it is, to date, relatively insecure. And businesses might go and put their email on the cloud, but they don't want to put any enterprise-dependent applications. To do that, they have to feel that the data is encrypted and that no one will see it. Homomorphic encryption is a fancy word for keeping enterprise data in the cloud safe.